What's going on, guys? Today we've got the 2021 Yamaha MT07, and this is my favorite of all the tests that we do here on the Chaseontwowheels YouTube channel. It is Mountain and Highway Day, ladies and gentlemen. We just got done with the first half of recording the MT07 on the highway. Now that's not going to be in this video. If you want to see that video, we'll have a link in the description. Today's video, I am taking this MT07 to those mountains, and I am going to see how this bike fares in a moderately aggressive riding condition. Now, I do not have a tracksuit on. As you guys can see, I have kind of casual riding gear on. We're not going to be trying to set land speed records. I just want to know how this thing is going to handle the mountains. I know the engine's going to probably be fine, but I am worried about the suspension and the playfulness of this motorcycle. I hope it's not too playful for the mountains. Let's drop a key in this thing. We got a full tank. Let's go see how this thing handles some fun roads. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the base of Chase's favorite mountain, Blood Mountain in North Georgia. MT07, I love you so much for the city. You're meh on the highway, but can I mix this beautiful motorcycle in the mountains? Today we're gonna find out, kind of. I'll be leaning off the bike a little bit, but I ain't gonna be pushing super hard. I'm gonna push enough to where this motorcycle is gonna tell me if it's okay up here. That's my limit that I want to find out today. I will say, one of the initial things I can kind of feel just as I'm kind of leaning off the bike and whatnot, the MT07, because of the handlebar positioning, feels far more like I'm inside the bike, whereas the R7 felt like I was on top of. And the benefit of feeling like you're on top of the bike is when you lean your body weight over into a turn, you feel like you lean first and the bike follows. When you're on a motorcycle like the MT07, where you feel like you're inside the bike, when you lean over, you feel like you and the bike are leaning together. Personally, I feel more confident when I'm on top of a motorcycle and the bike is following me into a turn, as compared to the opposite. We got some bigger curves up here though. We'll really be able to start feeling this bike out. We'll keep it in fourth gear for now, see how she feels. Leaning off the bike, foot pegs are in a great spot. Love that. I will say the handlebars, getting a lot of feeling from the handlebars. They don't feel as planted, and you know, obviously that's the suspension of the MT07. The weight feels good when I get into that apex and I'm throttling out, you know, and the bike's that momentum is pushing me into the motorcycle. That's feeling really good, actually. It's just I really wish that suspension would feel a little more planted, you know, a little more stable in the middle of a turn. And I mean, it's borderline feeling sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime any sort of disturbance happens in a turn, handlebars start wiggling almost. I don't know if that's coming across in the GoPro footage or the camera car footage, but it's a little sketchy, you know. In the middle of a turn is when you need to be the most stable on a motorcycle. So for that to be the time that we're getting a little bit of wiggle, yeah, it's a little worrying. You know, it's interesting, the things I love about the MT07, the lightweight, the playfulness, the punchy power, it almost becomes a detriment here on the mountains, because that playfulness equates to lightweightness and you know, kind of bouncy suspension. I'm fine with that in the city, but here in the mountains, that's the opposite of what I want. I don't want playfulness. I want stability. I want control. And I can control the bike, obviously, but just then I hit a bump and I can feel the whole bike just become unstable. And that's not confidence inspiring. You know, that's not getting me into any trouble yet. But I don't know, it just makes me not want to push the bike harder. I do got to give props to the seat here on the MT07. I am having no problems just jumping all around the bike Really liking that so far. Are we rocking through this in third? What a punchy little bike. I like that. So far, as we expect, the engine is just immensely capable. Brakes I wish were a little stronger for riding like this, but I'm okay with them. They haven't got me into trouble yet. But then again, that's kind of leading me with that conversation of I don't want to push the bike too hard because of the playfulness. I will say something I'm noticing when I'm coming into a turn and letting off the throttle and then back on. The throttle has an initial hit that it gives you. The things that make me love this motorcycle are coming in as a detriment here, but that little hit of power that the throttle gives me makes the bike amazing for wheeling. I've never been able to wheelie a motorcycle better than this one right here. And it's fun, you know, it doesn't feel sketchy at all. But that throttle, when I initiate throttle, there is a hit. And if I combine that hit with leaning the bike over it all, it really makes the bike unstable. You know, that I'll show you that hit right there. I don't know if that'll translate over the GoPro. And that's with being as careful with the throttle as I can. So, I mean, obviously I'm in pretty serious conditions, right? But you have to be super careful, because if you mix the suspension kind of softness and instability with that throttle hit at the wrong time, like right here, you would be in a bad spot, honestly. So you really, yeah, that hit, it's hard to not have, honestly. Good God, that woman I thought was going to come into my lane. I thought I would have more of a problem with the handlebars, because clip-ons put you in such a better body position to do this type of riding, but haven't really had a problem. But I do wonder if that has something to do with the instability, you know what I mean? I don't know, just trying to figure it out right now. The throttle, that little hit of power in the beginning of the throttle is probably the number 2 issue with this motorcycle as far as riding it hard. Number 1 being the suspensions. I'll call the suspension its playfulness. Those two combined are a pretty dangerous thing. Whew, that was fun. That was a fun little run up the mountain. Didn't set any land speed records for sure, but that was extremely a good time. Corn. Didn't mean to hit the horn. We're not going to be here for long, guys, but super fun. Super solid motorcycle for that type of stuff. I wish that little, is there like play? There's not really play in the throttle. So, and it's, if you guys don't remember, we showed it in another video, but I think you should be able to see it there. Got a cable actuated throttle. So I guess it's just the way the power comes on, is just that initial bite is not great, and then the suspension's kind of dancing around on me. So guys, let me keep heading up the mountain, and we're gonna head up to my overlook, and we'll end the video there. If I come up with anything else, I'll let you know. Guys, another thing I'm noticing while riding this MT07 is the engine braking. And this is another one of those things where I love it for the city because it's pretty strong, but it disrupts the bike when you're in a turn. If you let off throttle, which obviously you shouldn't do, but you know, when you're setting up for a turn, getting in that entry speed correct and everything, when you let off the gas, you get like pushed forward, and the suspension again just does not like that. Now, it's probably going to sound like I'm talking a lot of negative about the MT07 up here, and I don't want that to come across. What I'm doing is I'm nitpicking this motorcycle for this user case. Now, something I do love about this bike is On the highway test, and you guys can, like I said, click the link in the description if you want to see the highway test, but in the highway test, the bike's lightness really didn't do it any favors. But it does make it incredibly easy to throw into a turn. I am having no problems at all just throwing the bike over, and it's totally happy just like going side to side. The lightweightness is really helping out there. All right guys, wouldn't be a mountain test video if I didn't give you guys the view. We're about to get the real good one up here in a minute though. Oh, it's what I literally do it for the view, man, honestly. Alright, hope you guys are ready. We'll see if we got any leaf changes up here. What a beautiful day. Oh my gosh. These are the days that make me super thankful to have the job that I do, and I'm so thankful for you guys watching the videos. If you guys didn't watch the videos, we would not be able to continue making them. Alright guys, that's what it's all about right there. Haha, love it so much. Alright, top of the mountain, MT07. Suspension, yes, it needs a little bit of something. It's not great, doesn't love getting super stable. Brakes, I would really love to have a little stronger brakes up here. Didn't have a problem, didn't ever really need them more, but I would just like a little more bite. And the power delivery, I don't know. I love it for the way I like riding this motorcycle, but I don't love it up here. Overall, guys, that's a phenomenal motorcycle. I've ridden in almost every category, and I've had a good time every time. So if I was to give it a mountain score, I'm gonna give this thing a 7. You know what? No, let's give it a 7.5. MT07 gets a 7.5 for mountain riding. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you guys out if you're trying to make a purchase decision on an MT07. We've got a ton of content on the MT07, so you should definitely subscribe to see all the future content we'll be getting on it. And guys, I'm Chase on Two Wheels. I am going to go enjoy the rest of my day up here. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and we'll see you on the next one. Look at the colors and the trees. That's awesome. All right guys, later. Outro crew, what up? Thank you guys for getting to the end of the video. If you did, that means you're in the outro crew. Make sure to put OC in your comment down below. That stands for outro crew. Lets me know you guys made it to the end of the video. Let me know, are trees better when they're colorful? I love you guys longer for me getting to the end of the video, and I will see y'all on the next one. Look at that view, baby. Woo! You know, I bet what really makes this bike feel unstable up here in the mountains as compared to that R7 is that stress member that the R7 has, because as you guys know, the MT07, this thing's just plastic, right? Doesn't really do anything, but the R7 has that metal, I think it's aluminum stress member. That might be what it is up here in the mountains feeling wiggly. I mean, suspension's something, but I think that might contribute. All right, love you guys a long time. Bye-bye.